Hi, my name is Ty, and this is the story of PDX Garden Home. I like to garden. I mean garden big. This is my wife Caroline. She found the perfect place to garden, and we purchased it. But then I needed help. So I met Jackie, and she started working part-time with me at the garden. But then we needed more help. So Jackie introduced Sam. And now we have this awesome garden team. We're going to document our journey creating this garden, our learning along the way, and our passion for sharing it with the community. So come on and join us by watching and liking this video series. In the summer of 2017, I posted an ad on Craigslist. I was looking for a garden assistant. My wife Caroline and I had just bought this 0.6 acre property with a 1920s house on Garden Home Road. I wanted to garden here, but I work full-time as an accountant. I knew I needed help. Jackie's email response stood out immediately. It was carefully crafted and professional, complete with a resume. There was a clear effort to be her best in that response to a stranger, an effort I didn't see in other responses. Jackie and I then met for coffee, and I was instantly convinced. I had a vision for this garden, and I knew she could help us realize it. Jackie is truly special, and we're so lucky to have her skills and personality on the team. As you'll see throughout future episodes of this series, Jackie is a young person that works hard and expresses herself in the quality of her work. That work is the garden at PDX Garden Home.
Hi, this is Ty with PDXGardenHome.com, and I'm sitting here with one of our gardeners and garden stand manager, Jackie, and I have a few questions for her about the stuff we do around here, so she can kind of tell you a little bit about what we're doing. So we're gonna get to talking about some of those questions, and hope you all enjoy. Okay. So Jackie, how long have you been working here with me in the garden?
Well, we started around mid last year, just when everything was nice and overgrown and sprouting, and we've kind of watched it change through the fall, and since the beginning we've grown a vast amount of plants that we've tried to integrate into what was already here, and it's amazing to see it all tied together.
Jackie, you've done a lot of things here at Garden Home. What have you enjoyed the most?
Probably the vast amount of stuff that I've learned about worlds and systems I didn't even know existed. From the very start of last year working for you, through the beginning of this year, I can even walk down the street and point out plants that I never even would have thought of, or that I know are edible.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty awesome that every week I learn something new about a plant, and I can actually go and teach other people about it. I love being able to learn more about the environment around us, how to keep that growing, if you will.
Sam joined the PDX Garden Home team about a month after Jackie. At the time Jackie and Sam were roommates, he was looking to pick up some extra work, and Jackie knew we needed some more muscle. But Sam is much more than that. Witty and full of character, Sam brings a positive vibe every day. You can't help but smile after Sam gets started talking. And he talks. About everything.
Hello. So I'm here with Sam, and Sam, tell us, remind me, when did you start working here?
I started working here around August of last year, or was August
sounds
or
right,
September
yeah.
of last year, and I've been. I initially started off just as a part-time, just weekend worker, helping out around the garden and doing some basic moving projects. But I've since moved on to being a full-time worker here and help out with the assistance of. Like whether it be moving things around, digging holes, gardening, house renovation, or just general handiwork.
So tell me about gardening. Is that something that you had done a lot of in the past, or was this a relatively new activity for you?
It was relatively new. I used to garden when I was a kid, back when I was living in Utah. We had a cool garden with corn and strawberries and carrots, even onions, I think too, but those didn't turn out. But like, yeah, so I had a bit of experience with gardening before this, but never to this degree. But I've always enjoyed working with my hands and physical labor, and I've also always wanted to. Well, I don't know if always, but I've had a long interest in getting into some kind of gardening work for the past few years. So like, this was a really awesome chance to be able to jump in on that. And yeah. But I think I actually, one of the best parts about doing this kind of work is just getting to see the literal fruits of your labor. I mean, it actually sticks around, and you get to sometimes partake in the actual fruit too.
What was the most surprising to you in terms of after you started working and getting into gardening? What things came up that you didn't expect?
I didn't expect to get to use power tools so much. But
Okay.
no, I guess I didn't expect to learn that there's a lot of varieties in a lot of different ways that like plants can grow. I've learned kinds of things about like the way perennials versus non-perennials work, in that some plants will just stick around for a season. I remember I used to think that most plants would just stick it in the ground for a while, as long as they didn't get uprooted or harmed in any way, that they would just come back next year. But now I'm learning that a lot of rotation, and every year you got to plant new things depending on climate. I've learned about the different kinds of varieties and sub-varieties of plants too, and that's been pretty cool. I guess what was surprising for me, I don't know. I guess like I was just surprised at like how fast everything really comes along. I mean, we put together a foundation, and I mean, I know it's been months, but like in no time at all, it feels like. I mean, we've gone from seeds and a new greenhouse to a flourishing garden, and like beautiful plants and everything. I think that's actually, yeah, I'd say that's probably what's most surprising, is just seeing all the development of all the different plants, seeing how they grow, and like learning about what makes them go.
What have you enjoyed most about working in the garden part of the work that you do?
I think what I've really enjoyed most about working in the garden is, off the top of my head, I feel like it's just the process of watching things grow. It's really cool to see like I said before, I mean, that's what was most surprising to me, was seeing the process of them growing, and that's also kind of what's most satisfying, is like seeing all the work and effort you put in and seeing them grow into healthy plants. Like, I actually feel sad when some plants don't make it. It's kind of a bummer, and I'm sorry I failed you. But we've luckily had a really good success rate with the plants, and so I don't have to mourn their loss too often. But yeah, like I think that's my favorite part, is just watching all these things grow and go through their different phases, and getting to take care of them along the way. It's really satisfying work.
So Sam, what do you do in your off time when you're not working here doing maintenance and gardening? What do you like to do in your off time?
I like to do a variety of things. I'm mostly currently I've been trying to get back into creative projects and personal things like animation or drawing. I'm also trying to work on learning how to do logos and banner art, so that way I can start helping us around here to better communicate to people what we're doing, or make cool cards with info and whatnot. But I guess what I do for like hobbies and whatnot is I've been working on starting a garden at my own home, a little small garden that's been pretty.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh yeah. Like I'm wanting to I want to get a little garden bed and put it right outside the window of our kitchen, so that way I can just like look at that while I'm doing dishes. Beats looking at what is it, grime, whatever the stuff that dishes have is. But I like to play video games, watch lots of different kinds of animations. In particular, I love anime. But I really enjoy movies, biking around and walking. That's something I do a lot of. It's one reason I've never gotten a car, is because why get a car when I can just bike and walk everywhere, enjoy the world around. But yeah, I guess drawing. Video games, personal improvement, that everybody goes for that, and just kind of taking in the breeze, smelling the flowers on occasion.
Sam, Jackie, Caroline, and I are learning about gardening, maintaining an old house, and operating an Airbnb. So come on and join us by watching and liking this video series. You can follow us as PDX Garden Home on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.